They began to, I don't know if it was a woman. I think there was a woman that they were initially approaching. But, and I think they pepper sprayed her first. And he's like, got his hands up and he's like, hey, it's okay. We cool. We're going to back up. It's all right. It's okay or whatever. And they tackle him to the ground, which, I mean, hey, was that necessary? Who knows? Whatever reason they felt the need to go over there and approach them, whether it was because they actually were impeding something, which we have no evidence of one way or the other, or whether it's not, they feel like they are in this position where they have carte blanche immunity, which they damn near do, the way that Trump is putting it out there. So it's like, hey, we don't like the fact that they over here protesting and blowing these whistles and doing this stuff, so let's get them out of here. I'm like, hey, I don't agree with it, but at the same time, I'll speak up for the fact that you have the right to protest, as long as you're not putting anybody in physical danger, which it didn't look like they were doing. Whether or not I agree with, what they're protesting about, that's irrelevant. They got the right to do it. That's the very First Amendment.
Okay.
And then we got that Second Amendment for a reason. Like Dave Chappelle
protect all the other amendments.
Right. So it's like, hey, he was exercising his First and his Second Amendment, and they didn't like it. So he's dead because of it. Now you can put all the spin on it, and hey, you dumb for having a firearm out there in the first place. That may very well be true, but having a firearm is not illegal and is not a death sentence, especially when you have the right to do so. And he wasn't, as far as we could see, he wasn't doing anything illegal.
No, my question is this: you had a gun on you at a protest. To me, that just rings stupidity, because the question now lies is, if it's such a peaceful protest, these people out here are not doing anything, and you know that you're going to go into a crowd of people, why take a gun with you? That's number one. Number two, if something had broke off and you're at a protest, meaning that you brought that gun there for a reason, and stuff goes bad, who are you going to shoot at? You going to shoot at other protesters, or are you going to shoot at ICE? Number three is, like you had mentioned the other day, and was a very great point that I don't think I ever thought of, because I'm shooting to get out. But if you shoot somebody and either miss or it goes through somebody, now somebody that didn't have nothing to do with this gets injured, and you're not really thinking on a responsibility level. Like I said, there's no way I would advise anybody to go out and take a gun to a protest. What if dude got jumped by other protesters, like Kyle Rittenhouse did, and he had to sit there and use his gun? Wow. I'm like, okay, so you're willing to take that risk, and again, for what? You went to this lady's aid who, yes, got knocked down, sprayed in the face with pepper spray. She's not going to die. You went to go help her pick up, but dude specifically told you, stay out of it. It seems to me also is that everybody keeps talking about these protests, but when you actually look up the protest rules, none of this shit is legal. What they're doing, none of it is legal. So now you're placed in a position with people that don't have good training. They've given guns, they're given badges, and they're given an objective to go take care of something. And your first idea is to be like, man, where my gun at? Let me go out here to this protest. You don't have your permit on you. You got a loaded gun. You didn't comply. You didn't follow orders. And now you shot. Now it's somebody else's fault. And again, it goes back to the same thing with Renee Good. What would have happened instead of you getting the idea of driving in front of some ICE officers that are doing their job? Because by law, if you go look up the law, which many people won't, they're actually doing their job. It's not your job to go out and get in front of them and talk shit. Yeah, you can protest, but there are actually laws that follow within that. But to get out in front of somebody and do something stupid, and then when the bear bites you, now all of a sudden you're mad about it, now all of a sudden they're wrong for reacting. I don't know if people talk to enough cops to sit there and try to get an understanding, a breakdown of what they actually go through. And I'm kind of like thrown off by people saying like, well, if they don't like their job, then they shouldn't do it. I'm like, okay, then if they're not going to do it, then who is going to do it? We just let the world go into chaos and let everything. Like I said, I know good cops. I know cops, I know firemen, I know people that will jump in front of a bullet to save your life right now would be the same people that they'll be out there protesting. And to me, it's like, that's not right. But to take a loaded weapon into a already hotbed, a hot environment, and then claim that, I'm here. Why do you need the gun? It's a peaceful process.
Well,
Peaceful protest. That's what they label it.
yeah.
And oddly enough, dude was on, Tim Walz was on the news talking shit. And there's a big ass poster behind him that says "Kill ICE."
Yeah,
He's then flaming the story. He playing this role.
But I mean, to answer
Just
your
go
original
ahead, yeah.
question, the first question that you posed, like, hey, it's a peaceful situation. You there, peacefully. Why do you need your gun? Or you, the same reason you got your gun here.
We on the south side right now. We ain't at a protest.
Still,
it could be a protest, but right now we out here.
The point is, you are in the company of friends, family, loved ones.
I don't trust your cat. He might get it. He got like 3 lives left. But I'm not going. I ain't afraid of anybody here either attacking me or doing any harm to me.
Right.
Now I will protect your door nonstop. Nigga, I'll be the first one going out.
That's my point, though. It's like you take your gun with you because that's what he does. I'm assuming. I would assume. There's no way for me to know for sure, but I would assume that if a person has a concealed carry license, 9 times out of 10, when you walk out the door, you got it with you.
He didn't have his with him.
What you mean?
He didn't have any identification.
No. I'm talking about your gun.
Yeah, but that's part of the responsibility lesson here. It's like when you leave the house, do you check and make sure that your ID is in the wallet?
No, I know it's in there.
Okay,
it should not.
It should not. But just for that case of something that happened, I would just say, but you're sure that it's in your wallet.
But I mean, I'm like,
okay, let me
boil all of it down. Him having a gun on him is completely irrelevant.
Okay, not in your eyes.
He didn't get shot holding a gun on him. He didn't get shot because he was pointing a gun at somebody. He didn't get shot because somebody said, "Oh, he has a gun. He's aiming it at somebody. He needs to be taken out." He didn't pose a threat to anybody. By the time they unloaded 12, 13 shots on him, the gun was taken off of his body.
Real quick, and if you know some cops, go ask a cop. When you're patting somebody down, I don't care who it is, it can be a grandmama, and somebody locates a gun on a person, they instantly become a threat. And I ain't talking about a number 2 or a number 3 threat. I'm talking about all 5, DEFCON. Mm-hmm. They become a threat. I don't care who you are. And any police officer is going to know that if I'm patting you down if it's a traffic stop and I feel a gun on you, you become a threat. You become a threat.
Yeah, you become a threat. But at the same time, it's like he's not... like I said, the gun was already taken off of him. He did not have the gun on him anymore for about a good 2 seconds before they started shooting. I'm like the cop that it looked like fired the first shot. Like,
yeah, I still don't know where that came from. Who fired it?
It looked like somebody grabbed the gun from him and walked off.
One of the cops, the cop that saw it, he went for the gun and he took it off of him.
Yeah.
And when he took it off of him, he turned around and he started walking away. And then that's when you start hearing gunshots. So my issue is like, hey, this man was not a threat at that point. And even before then, he was not displaying any aggressive movements. He was not approaching. He was not, just being violent in any way. He was trying to assist the woman off of the ground that they had just pepper sprayed, which I'm like, I think is not an issue especially considering the fact that he's an ICU nurse. I'm like, he sees somebody on the ground and in pain, like his instinct is to jump in and try to assist this person, which I got no problem with. And you want to go back a little further from the video, it looked like they were standing off to the side. It didn't look like they were being violent. Didn't like they throwing anything. Mm-hmm. So what reason was the like I said earlier, what reason did ICE have to approach them and start pepper spraying in the first place, other than the fact that they feel emboldened, by knowing that they got the president behind them and they can do whatever the fuck they want to do, and the president is gonna be like, all right, cool, I sent them there to do this, They do whatever the hell they got to do.
Right. So
So it's like it's a whole bunch of things that combined with bad choices of taking a gun out to a protest, combined with lack of training, because I'm pretty sure a lot of these ICE agents, they seen them, them bonus advertisements. Hey, join ICE and you make $135,000 a year.
Man.